Doki Doki, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. After the amazing response we had with the last episode, and honestly I don't know if we did or not, because I'm recording this fairly soon after the first episode. Not even loaded up the first episode yet onto YouTube, so I don't know how it's going to do, but I'm just going to pretend anyway, after the amazing response for the first episode, I've decided to carry on playing Doki Doki Literature Club with all of you fine people. And so let's go into load game and load up where we left off. You can use the skip button to fast forward through the text you've already read. Okay, that's lovely. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Yeah? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Oh, good. So I'm the reason. That's good to know. It's only because I was introduced that all of these women are going to go mad. Okay, that's good to know. That's not at all falling into the stereotype of women being unduly affected by men's action. To be fair, it's not a stereotype. It does actually happen. Men are arseholes and they have all kinds of effect on people that they don't really understand. Anyway, let's move on. I promise they're both wonderful people. I'm sure they are. It's probably me that's going to end up turning them into absolute raving lunatics. Not that we know that's going to happen, of course. You don't hate them, do you? Sayori's very worried, isn't she? No, I don't hate them, I say. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Dave, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. That sounds dodgy. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And I think everyone really likes you too. Oh, isn't that cute? And then she laughs, lovely. Every day is going to be so much fun! For you, maybe. I'm going to sigh there. Yes, of course. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Oh, dude, why are you thinking with your dick so much? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder because I'm an idiot who can't see what's staring me right in the face. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. She's a sounding board. Are you literally... Oh my god, dude. You're treating her like a sounding board. Fucking hell. Okay. Let's do this, she says. I love her enthusiasm. It's such a shame that my constant dickishness is probably going to end up making her really, really despise me. Okay, let's try and write another poem then, everybody. We've got 20 words to pick, and apparently we know that we're not going to get to see the poem, so it's just a stream of consciousness. It's a 20-word poem, random words. It's not going to make any sense, but let's pick them anyway. So we didn't impress Yuki so much. Is it Yuki or Yuri? I can't remember now. I think it's Yuki last time, and she does like judgment and misfortune and words like that. So let's go for a slightly more upmarket poem, but I do want to keep the cutesy shit in there as well. So let's say, and I want to keep it light, I don't want to use depression as a word in here. So problem is, all of the good words that you think that Yuki's going to like, they're all depressing. Shopping. Okay, next. Vacation. Okay. Extraordinary. Oh wow, okay, I thought that would be a Yuki word. Intellectual. There we go, there's one for Yuki. Let's go for calm. And a bed. We know who's going to like bed, don't we? Sayori, get jumping. There we go. What else can we go for? Incongruent. That's a great word. Let's go for something cute now. Precious. Oh, no, okay, didn't like that. Anime. We know who's going to like anime, don't we? There she goes, bouncing in the middle like a whirling dervish of death and destruction. Right, kawaii, that'll be another one for the middle. And let's go for raindrops and a little bit of anxiety for Sayori. Oh no, okay. That's not gone with Sayori, that's gone with Yuki. Oh, hop. I like hop. It's a lovely word. Into it with p noise. Hop. There we go. Games. Oh, we're really hitting it with Doki Doki. Okay, let's go Rose, Heart, and Friends. And I also want to go with Strawberry because I like strawberries. And Atone because it's just a word that probably doesn't fit with any of that, but what the hell? What the hell? Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Let's see what everyone thinks about this poem, everybody. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi Dave, says Sayori. Yo Sayori, looks like you're in a good mood today. She laughs. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing for you to get you into a good mood though, isn't it? To be fair, it would work because she seems to really care about the fact that we're part of this club, doesn't she? But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No fact, idiot. Idiot. You should always take people up on these kind of invitations. Because number one, you're going to a snack machine. Who wouldn't want to go to a snack machine? But secondly, especially if it's somebody that you clearly like, it's an opportunity to talk alone without other people listening to you. Idiot. That's not like you at all, says Sayori. I agree. I have my Don't be a fucking dick, Dave. Jesus Christ. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Eh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really? I just wanted to look at it. Okay, so Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Okay, so she wanted to get us by ourselves because she couldn't afford anything out of the machine. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the classroom. Oh, I hate how smart this fucking avatar of us is. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. Oh man, I imagine she wanted the first eventuality, but I wouldn't put it past her for the second. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. Why? Give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Okay, here's... Oh, so it's Yuri, not Yuki. I always think of Yuri as being a boy's name, probably because of the Russian connection. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. Our poem seemed to tick the box for Yuri more than the other 2 girls. And I wonder if the reason why I'm being a bit of a dick to Sayori is because my poem... the words I chose, it's almost like I'm making the choice through choosing the poem for which girl I want to end up with, which is why we ended up having that little scene with Sayori last time, because my poem ended up being more aimed towards her, and I think this time possibly our poem will end up putting us more into the Yuri zone. Let's see as we carry on. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. Aha! I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell Dave to let me borrow some money. Sayori's always thinking about her stomach and I love it. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. That's very, very true. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I'm just staying silent. She probably thinks she's spoken out of turn here. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. And predictably, Sayori's just laughing like a loon. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. That's good. I like the fact that they're not falling out with each other. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. She's got a real confidence problem, hasn't she? That's a real shame. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution? I think she's got the wrong word there. Retribution, there you go. Sayori, you lovable dumbass. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Oh, that's slightly concerning that she's saying that. Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. She's absolutely right. I am led by my stomach much in the same way as she is, and that's what makes us the perfect couple. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Whap. Oh, who's hit her? Kya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! Ow! What was... A cookie? Oh, Natsuki's been cooking again. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? Yes, cookies from the sky, Sayori. It happens all the time, especially when you're indoors, and especially when you're in a classroom. It's because I paid my restitution. She still can't get that word right, can she, bless her? Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I love how these girls interplay with each other. Ha 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 ha, says Natsuki. I was just going to give it to you, but then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it was really worth nearly giving her CTE just so that you could laugh about the cookie hitting her in the face. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie, just as well it's wrapped in plastic wrap, I guess. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Oomph. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. Oh no, there's not something in it, is there? I bit my tongue. Oh, for God's sake. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat, goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Oh, you cow. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. I mean, we literally are kids. We're at school. What more do you want? Monika, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monika isn't in the club room. Ugh. Where's Monika anyway? Good question, says Yuri. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Don't speak like that, Yuri. You're all very desirable in your own ways, but certainly not for me, a 38-year-old man. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Jesus, this girl is multi-talented, isn't she? I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Dave. Because of course not. This is a harem, bloody, psychological thriller, visual novel, dating sim thing, isn't it? Ah, dear. To keep reminding myself that we are playing as a school-aged boy as well, because this all feels very strange. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. Well, wait until you're ready. You know, it's much like writing poetry. You can't be rushed on these things. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Good, it's about time to share our poem with everyone. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. That's because she is a bottomless stomach. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Dave! Dave! Sayori suddenly comes up to me. I'm going to go and get some supplies from another classroom. Want to come with me? Is this another trick to get money from me? Supplies? What for? Well, you know how the festival is coming up. Me and Monica were going to make some posters and stuff. So I need to go and find some crayons and markers and glue sticks. Oh, I see. Sure, I'll go with you. Yay! Okay, Monica, we'll be back soon. Oh, are you going with Dave to get the supplies? There's no need to trouble yourself. I'd be happy to go with him. Oh, but I wanted to go. So much fun exploring empty classrooms and stuff. Okay. It was just a suggestion. See if you can find poster paper too, okay? Okay. Ready, Dave? Yep, let's go. Right, off we go, out into the hallway and into another classroom. Sayori and I exit the clubroom. I follow behind as Sayori hums and skips along the hallway. Honestly, it feels like I'm talking to a kid, taking the kid to a mall or something. Sayori finds pleasure in the simplest things sometimes. Hey, Sayori, what exactly are we doing for the festival anyway? I'm not sure how you would make an event out of literature. Hey! Me and Monica have it all planned out. Don't you worry. Is that so? Yep. We're going to do a poetry performance. A performance? Of what kind? Well, everyone's going to take turns on stage and recite their favourite poems. Ah. That sounds kind of dull. Dave! You're not thinking about it the right way at all. It's not just about reading poems, it's about performing them. Like, you say the lines of the poem, like, between my feet, the last remaining flower beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends have I summoned this joy? For now when I look in every direction, the once prosperous field before me is but a barren wasteland. Like that? Where the fuck did that come from, Sayori? What the Jesus H. effing Christ. Sayori, how do I put this? I'm sure it's just me, but it's impossible for me to take you seriously when you talk like that. You meanie. I'm working super hard on this, you know. I know. I just meant it as a pretty unordinary contrast to your cute self. Don't say that, it's embarrassing. But I guess that means I'm doing a good job. Yeah, I guess so. I'm so excited! The festival is going to be so much fun! Sayori spins herself around in the hallway again. She loves spinning. Hey Dave, this classroom over here is empty. Let's begin the mission. The mission, huh? Been a long time since I've spent time with Sayori like this. What do you mean? It's been a long time since you've raided empty classrooms with Sayori. Fuck. But in the end, she hasn't changed one bit. She's nothing but a ball of sunshine drawing happy vibes from the world around her. It's a pretty nostalgic feeling for me. As the years went by, I began to hold myself up in my room more and more. So going adventuring with Sayori brings about a special form of feeling I forgot I had in me. You are a neat, aren't you? The two of us enter the classroom. Sayori heads straight for the closet and I follow. Let's see what we have in here. Crayons! Sayori pulls out a box full of crayons from the shelf. They're the best brand too! Crayola? Nice. They're kind of dirty though. Sayori starts pulling various crayons out of the box, reading the colour names. Alright, that's one down. Don't get distracted, we still need to find... Wait, I'm looking for my favourite colour! Fine. Then at least move aside so I can look for the poster paper. Ah, I dropped one by accident. Smack! Kya! Sayori bends over and smacks her forehead right into the shelf. Oh, that's gonna smart. She falls to the floor and the crayons spill all over her lap. Jesus Christ, has she got a concussion as well? Ow, wow. Are you okay? My forehead! Sayori clutches her forehead. Jeez, Sayori. That's just like you, isn't it? Come on, let me see. Since Sayori is sitting on the floor, I grab her by the waist and pull her out of the closet. You have to move your hands, Sayori. But it hurts! Just do it for a second. Oh, crikey. Sayori slowly releases her hands from her forehead. I gently brush her bangs aside. Fucking hell. I honestly thought that we were going to get a Yuri story this time round, but it looks like somehow we managed to luck into Sayori again. This is amazing. Ow. Sorry. There's a huge red mark on the centre of her forehead. A bump is starting to form as well. The other girl's going to think that I hit her. This is not good. Man, that's going to swell up. I should find you some ice. Dave, where would I even find ice around this time? I guess a cold drink would do. You don't have to. I'm fine with looking like a unicorn. Even wincing from the pain, Sayori makes a silly joke. That's why we love you, Sayori. What are you saying? I'll be right back, okay? If this is some kind of ingenious ploy for me to buy her a drink, then I completely admire her moxie and determination. Right, so we're back out in the hallway. Oh, wait, we go out into the hallway. I wonder if Yuri's going to appear. I locate the nearest vending machine. What should I get? It doesn't really matter since it will be used as an ice pack rather than as a drink. But I know Sayori likes apple juice, so I purchased that one. Of course you do, dick. You've been fooled so badly. In just a moment, I'm already returning to the classroom where I left Sayori. She's still there. She has one palm on her forehead and is using the other hand to clumsily scoop crayons back into the box. Oh, bless her. At least they were already in the wrong spots before I spilled them. Sayori, here. I hand Sayori the bottle of apple juice. It's nice and cold. Sayori opens the cap and starts drinking from it. You dickhead. Either it was a genius plan, or she thinks I've bought it for her to drink rather than to put on her head. Sayori, what are you doing? It's for your forehead, idiot. Ah! Sorry, I forgot. How hard did you hit your head? Sayori places the bottle against the bump on her head. It stings! Just bear with it, it will feel better soon. Looks like you cleaned up most of the crayons, so that's good. Hey Dave, this kind of reminds me of growing up, doesn't it? Huh? What do you mean? You know how we used to play outside all the time? I would always try to keep up with you. You were kind of oblivious in some ways. Like I usually fell behind or had trouble climbing on the things you did. But sometimes when I tried to do things I couldn't, I would get myself hurt. I'd fall and scrape myself, or I'd get a bump. And I would start crying really hard. And you would rush over as quick as you could. You'd really try hard to make me stop crying. It was almost like you blamed yourself and were afraid of getting in trouble if someone found out. Even though it really wasn't your fault at all, you know? Did I really do that? Yeah, you don't remember? Come to think of it, maybe I do remember a bit. I guess I was always so focused on my games that I didn't pay enough attention to you. See? Dick. Big old fucking dick. So in a way, it was my fault. Kind of like this time too. If I wasn't rushing you out of the closet, you probably wouldn't have hit your head. Dave? I don't think you realise it, but we're always thinking... Wait. Yes, there we go. I can't read, ladies and gentlemen, apologies. I don't think you realise it, but you're always thinking about other people. Even after all these years. You're really rushing to help me, even though I'm just being clumsy. You're really a sweetheart. Don't call me that. And I don't really do this kind of thing all the time. I guess when it comes to you, it just feels natural. Before I even know it, I'm treating you like that. I guess that's what happens when you've been friends for so long. Really? Maybe you're right. Dave? I'm so glad that nothing's changed between us. Do you think it'll be like this forever? Forever? If I'm honest to myself, there's no telling where we'll each end up at college or after that. So it wouldn't be fair for me to make any promises. But... well, I hope so. That's a good response. It's been this long already, right? I can't imagine you ever changing, so my hopes are up. I'm so happy! Sayori has a whimsical expression in her eyes. We remain silent for a moment. She's so silly and clumsy on the outside that when I see her deep in thought like this, it makes me not want to disturb her. I guess we should go back. I don't really want to worry Monica, you know? Good luck with that. Big fucking red mark on your forehead. She's going to see your forehead either way. Not if I hide it under my bangs. It's very handy that she has this long hair on the, as she calls it, you know, her bangs, or her fringe, as we call it in the UK. As It's one of those examples of language separating us rather than bringing us together. Sayori hops to her feet. Aha! She clutches her forehead again. She's probably got a massive headache. Don't stand up so fast after hurting yourself. Ooh. Well, I guess it's too late now. Anyway, let's go. I follow Sayori out of the classroom. Sayori plays with her bangs to try and hide the bump, but without much success. In a moment, we make it back to the club room. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Ah, you're back! Good timing. I was just about ready to start with sharing our poems. Oh, Sayori, your forehead. She's fine, don't worry about it. I was playing with the crayons and smacked my forehead into the shelf. How do you even respond to that? Well, anyway, were you able to find everything that we needed? Uh-huh, I have it right. Huh? Sayori frantically glances around herself. I forgot all of the stuff! Calm down, Sayori. I have it all right here. See, such a perfect team. I found the poster paper too. Aha! Sounds like you ended up doing all the work, Dave. Well, in fairness, Sayori did have a grade 1 concussion. So it would be, you know, really unfair to force her to pick up all of that stuff as well. It's the least we could have done. Ah, well, Sayori. I failed to come up with an excuse for her. I made it an adventure. Yeah, that. Aha, okay. In any case, good work. I'll start working on the posters tonight. Me too! Okay, everyone, are you ready to share your poems? Guess I should grab mine. After making sure the crayon box is closed tightly, I return to my seat. Here we go then. Who should I show my poem to first? Shall we start with Yuri this time? Let's see what you've written for today. Well done, Dave. Your skills are already improving. Really? And on a more personal note, really? All we did was pick 20 words. I feel like, as far as actual writing craft is concerned, that's not what we're here for. We're just here to pick words that might please one person or another. Thanks, Yuri. Coming from you, that means a lot. Yeah, it's nothing. I'm just happy to help inspire fellow writers. I know you're new to this, so don't worry too much if it seems like you can't get the poem to feel perfect. You don't need to be afraid of a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings, and write down the things that you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise. She's right. She is right. I see. I'm still not entirely sure. I still feel like the only way that I'm going to impress her is by using big, long words. Like, that's all I've gained from talking to her these 2 occasions. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing. I have, well, an example of that if you'd like to read it. Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem. Right, here we go with the lovely handwriting again. Oh, it's a longer one today. The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. Okay. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Okay, there's an awful lot of knife and slicing in this. It's a good poem. It's not really a poem, more like a short story. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Do you know what? I think, at least for me, what I'm getting from this poem is that she's slicing this bread, she's getting the trust of this animal, but perhaps she's also thinking about the possibility of using that knife on something else, and possibly using it on the raccoon itself. I don't know. Like the Pavlovian response of the raccoon when it sees the knife is to be excited about being fed, but for most other people it would actually be more a case of seeing a knife flashing in the moonlight and being scared. And I wonder if that's got something to do with it. I really don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. That's right, she says. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, I can't even figure out that it's what it's supposed to mean. Well, she's about to... looks like she's about to explain it to us. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I think any good writing is kind of like that. You can take as much or as little from stuff as you want to. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. Right, okay, unusual hobbies. Like feeding raccoons, having midnight snacks, or taking a knife and killing a small mammal. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and also you'd probably get locked up for it, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Dave? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is to respect each other's individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. There's so much weirdness that you really shouldn't embrace. I don't know, we'll see. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay, so Yuri didn't mind our poem at all, and then she wrote a poem about possibly murdering a small furry animal. Let's speak to Natsuki next. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. I can't really say it's any better either. I love how blunt she is. What's few for? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment? I'm glad to see someone recognises my experience. Well then, keep practising, young Padawan, and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me that Natsuki has completely missed the point, and you're probably very lucky that she has. Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayori's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength, but you never really struck me as her type. Sayori has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so, fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Wow, that's a burn. It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. What the fuck? You are blunt. I respect the bluntness. Far too young, though. That was a little unnecessary, but think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Oh wow, okay, this one isn't quite so short as her previous one. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. Interesting. So basically she's taking a stand against grossness. She seems really happy with it. Again, it's like a short story. It's not really a poem. Quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. And it helps other people realise how stupid they're being. Okay, so am I the spider? Is that what we're saying here? Amy is Sayori, and I'm the spider. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Oh wait, maybe I'm Amy, and the spider is one of the other girls. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks my... That doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Wait, maybe Amy is Natsuki. And she's got a weird hobby, and everyone else hates her because they don't like that hobby. Jesus Christ, it could be anything, couldn't it? Who cares that someone likes... I'll start that again, everybody. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? She's got a very good point. Like, as long as it isn't hurting anyone else, then, you know, can you really take umbrage at it? I think people need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviours and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I also want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow too, so look forward to it. Right, 2 left. Let's go with Sayori now. She's probably going to love it. Let's see. Dave, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. I'm not hiding anything. But your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one that feels that way, so... No way! Not even Natsuki? Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's it. It's that, sorry. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. What? Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own stupid life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even the little things. Like cooking? Let's not talk about that. So, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings through you than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. It's your fault for getting in my business all the time. I don't know if I understand. You never understand when I try to explain things to you, do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Hey, I'm not a kid, you know. Are you serious about that? Maybe. Sayuri starts fiddling with a pencil between her hands. Hey, Dave, will you give me your poem? I kind of want to keep it. Huh? Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Okay, yeah, I think she's starting to, Sayuri, you completely misunderstood. Ah, but did she? Did she really, Dave? I'm not so sure. I didn't write this for you! Stop being a fucking dickhead. Why have you got to be such a dick? Fuck's sake. So we're going to give it to her when we go home. That's good. I broke my pencil! Sayuri hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being inattentive to her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine, it's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayuri clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shake. Jesus, it means a lot to her, doesn't it? I'm a little clumsy today. Let's sit down, Sayuri. Yeah. I grab Sayuri's arm and help her to sit at the desk. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Jeez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles. Okay, I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. I like how she's rhyming every other, what are they, stanzas, paragraphs? I don't know. Like these rhyme together, but these are more kind of like, they don't rhyme. It's more kind of like free flow thoughts. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards, all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. That took a dark turn. It was a lovely start. Like, this first paragraph, beautiful start, and then by the end, it's like... And like, what's the message here? Like, she's making memories for friends, but they're kind of... The friends aren't appreciative of them, or the memories aren't enough, and they're leaving her feeling hollow. I don't know, it's... I think the thing is, like, we were... The first episode, we chastised her for sleeping in so much and being late all the time. And I wonder if that's... I mean, certainly it sounds an awful lot like depression. And I hope that that's not the case for her, but if it is, then we just have to help her through as best we can. Holy crap! Sayuri, did you really write this? Of course I did! Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but... I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good. You should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Well, that's good. If she's using the poems to process her emotions, then that's a good thing. Writing is like magic, says Sayori. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm going to keep writing until I die. I hope that's not soon. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it more than a week later. I can absolutely relate with that, whether it's archery or air gun or, Christ, I mean, the number of things I can think of. Golf. You know, I play a bit of golf from time to time still, but I get really into it for a certain amount of time and then, I don't know, I move on to the next thing almost. Seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. She's going to stick with it this time, hopefully. Okay, so, President Monica, last one up. Hi again, Dave. Maybe I shouldn't be leaving Monica till last all the time. Maybe I should just get her out of the way first and leave Sayori for last. I don't know if choosing the order of who I show this to is going to affect the story in the same way that the poems appear to. How's the writing going? It's going alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad, I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Right, let's see what she thought. Alright, it's pretty good. It makes me think of Sayori like the other one that you wrote. You two are like a dynamic duo. That's kind of exaggerating it. Yeah, probably. But you do spend a lot of time with her, even in this club, don't you? Then again, I don't blame you for being a little shy. I'm not shy, it's just... I'm just teasing. I know it takes a long time to make friends with everyone, but Yuri and Natsuki are super interesting people, so don't be afraid to give them more of the share of your time. And you can talk to me every now and then too. I'm not like unapproachable or anything, am I? No, it's nothing like that. It's just, you know, you're like the hottest girl in school and great at everything, and I've got a massive crush on you. At least the character does. I'm just still getting used to being here, that's all. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was putting pressure on you or something. I didn't really mean it like that. No, don't worry. I get what you're saying. Well, alright. Here's Monica's poem. She's proud of it. It looks like it could be quite a short one. Okay, save me. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaninglessness. Sorry. And there's... Load me. What? Load me? Load me. The colours won't stop. Red, green, blue. Endless cacophony of meaningless noise. Screeching, piercing, violent waveforms, sine, cosine, tangent, chalkboard, turntable, vinyl, pizza crust. Endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me. Not sure what load me means. It's even more abstract than your last one. It sure is abstract. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of the thing I've never seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with the space on the paper. Yeah, I can see that. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. Yeah, I can see that. It's almost like magic, she says. The way I wrote the lines really short means it feels like they're trying to speak over the noise. Oh, okay. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be treated as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might have a change of mind. Okay, that's a lovely idea. That they're actually giving you permission almost for what we in the FM community, like the Football Manager community, called scum saving, where you, before you do something stupid like signing somebody for $100 million, you would save the game. So if it all goes tits up, you can then go back to that save, reload it, and not do the silly thing. The fact that they're saying this in-game, giving you permission pretty much, tipping you the wink and saying, yeah, it's alright, you can do this, save the game before you make any decisions. That's cool. I like that. Wait, is this tip even about writing? No, you were talking in a very meta sense, Monica, but I thank you for it nonetheless. What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets that we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? But, Monica... Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Heh. Sayori, who's been colouring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. She's a really shy girl, isn't she? Guys. No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask of them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everybody what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself. I mean, sure, but okay, sure, whatever. Finding new horizons and having fun. Yeah, I had a dirty thought in my head. I apologise, everyone. I'm sure you all had that thought as well. So, you know, shame on you. Shame on me, and we should all wash our brains out after we're done here today. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in the club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find some feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Yeah, I don't think they're convinced. And to be honest, I think that it should just be, look, if someone wants to, let them do it. If they're not into the idea, don't make them do it. Sayori's worried. Oh, come on, dude. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki didn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? I really don't think we should be forcing Yuri. dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. See, she's not into this. Don't force her into doing something she doesn't want to. I guess I don't really have a choice. I feel bad about that. I really feel bad about that. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of other people. No way! Monica! This is all too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting her poem, her clear, confident voice filling the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine, unlike the person that's talking to you right now. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I can't surround me. Everybody has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Ah, thank you so much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, Yuri is just like, rip the band-aid off. Let's do this. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. Oh no, that's not what it's called. I said you can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happened to Yuri when... It's almost like what happened when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. Again, very much unlike the person that you're listening to right now. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. And then suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality. Oh, there goes Rabbit. And glances around her as if she was bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everybody joins me afterwards and we give Yuri the recognition she truly deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. That does happen. I've known that to happen a few occasions. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Let me guess what's going to happen. Sayori's going to be made to go last. Oh no, she gets to go. Okay, this one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it will come out the best. It'll come out the best that way. We got there eventually. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene, bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she liked my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Dave liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that the other poems wouldn't quite work as well with that kind of delivery. Eh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's, well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Dave. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Dave lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Oh, you cow. You absolute cow, Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. This poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. For your love, jump in. Feel your touch. For your love. Anyway, once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little uninfused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. That's five rounds of applause for everybody. That's fantastic. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, about that. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easy. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Ah yeah, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have a weekend to prepare. Monday is the big day. I can't wait! I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best anyway. It's for the sake of the club, and impressing Monica. Why are you still on about Monica? The sooner you realise that it's all about Sayori and you, the better, dude. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep! Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Dave. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori's fumbling with her words. So let's just say that one day Yuri asks to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, we're going to take that advice that we got earlier from club president, and we're going to save there, and we're going to make a choice, and we're going to say I would still walk home with Sayori. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Dave. Think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it. So, Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about, but I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? And that is where we are going to... Well, actually, we're going to leave it, or shall we write the poem? No, we're going to write a poem next time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for sticking around and watching this episode of Let's Play Doki Doki Literature Club. Remember, we reviewed this game on Eerie International, or at least we will be reviewing, because I'm recording all of this before we talk about it on Eerie International. So remember, you can check out Eerie International over at Google Play Podcasts as well as on Apple Podcasts. You can also find it at fanoffmedia.com as well as fanoff.com. We've got a media player built into the website, so you can listen to the show directly from the website. You can pretty much find us on any other major platform for podcasts as well, including, I believe, Spotify at this point. So whatever your preferred platform is, you can find us there. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.